Hi everybody, it's me, Nancy, with Nancy's Hooks on Crochet. How y'all doing? What you working on? Anyway, anybody out there? Hi everybody, who's out there? It's me, Nancy. I was just crocheting, so I decided to come on. I'm not babysitting today. I'm babysitting every day, so it's hard to get on, you know. Time the baby goes home, I'm tired, you know. I'm working on something. I don't know if I can crochet and talk. I think I'll make mistakes. This yarn is very unforgiving as far as frogging. Look at this. It's colorful. Six. I think I put too many chains, too many double crochets. Help. Anybody out there? Oh, I think I did it right. Oh, hey Kay, how you doing? Happy weekend to you. What you crocheting? I'm attempting to make this shawl that was on Kristen Amdahl's YouTube, and it's, you know, she did a tutorial, and it's, I don't know, it's coming out a little ripply. This is what I got so far. Hi Tammy, how you doing? So Tammy says, here, I'll just stick it up here. She's trying to put a shawl together, one skein of comfy cotton and one of mandala sparkle to make. Okay, I can't picture what that's going to look like. But if you want to join my group, you can put a picture in there when you finish, if you're interested, you know. Oh, so she's still working on, Kay is still working on her pullover sweater. Yeah, I got this yarn at the Hobby Lobby on clearance. So it's under $2 a cake, and I got 2 cakes. And it's supposed to be plenty for the shawl, but I started the shawl and I made a mistake. So I had to start over, and because this yarn has got a alpaca in it, like 10%, it's like it catches. So like you got to be really careful that you don't mess up. So I don't know. I don't think I should crochet and talk because I'll definitely mess up. That's, you know. So first I made like this little, what was you saying? I just do that. Thanks. Can you use a different hook? It's not the hook. It's the yarn, you know. So like I had to frog it because I made a mistake. And then when I went to frog it, it was all, because it's like fuzzy. It's that kind of fuzzy yarn. You know, it was catching and it was knotting up on each other. Yeah, it's that super fuzzy fiber. I don't know if you could see it. It's got, you know, alpaca in it. So then, you know, I was like having trouble making a decision what I wanted to make. That I decided I'm going to start with another yarn. And this one is Shawl and a Cake that I found it Tuesday morning. I didn't go too far with it because I want to see, because I messed up with that one. This is the other yarn that I started. See? And I have two of these cakes. This one's not really as fuzzy. It may be slightly fuzzy, but really not. And it's just kind of, the yarn itself looks kind of ripply. Let me see. See? It is a little fuzzy. Not as fuzzy as the other one. And this one's a 4 and the other one's a 3. So she said she used a DK weight or a 3 in the last video. So I just figured I would start two of them at the same time, because what happens is I tend to do one project at a time and then I have nothing else to go to. So I started this so that I have something else to go to without getting frustrated. But I keep looking at things I want to do, you know. That's all. So what's everybody? How's it going? Is it cold by you? Do you have snow? Hey Janet, how you doing? Nice to see you too. Yeah, I'm afraid if I start working on it while I'm talking, that I'll be messing up. So I put myself on a yarn ban this month. So, because I have so much yarn right now. I bought a lot of yarn in like January. So I don't want to buy any more right now. I just want to try to crochet more and stay home more and stop shopping. You know, shopping gets a little, I kept getting on clearance. So then I'm thinking about making I saw like this hexagon cardigan that looked really neat. Because I like shawls, but sometimes it's nice to have something that has like a sleeve to it, and I could wear it to church. So I saw a couple of hexagon ones. One that didn't have a lot of holes. I could live with the holes too, like a granny type. Have you ever made like a hexagon cardigan? So I started this little group. Oh, so Kay says I'm good. Okay, I could take that down, I guess. Tammy's busy sewing. Oops. Oh, so that's why Tammy's says she's putting the two yarns together because she's trying to use up her yarn. Yeah, but they say you got to be careful which yarns you put together in a project because you don't want it to ripple or something if it's different kind of stuff. And Janet says, I like the shawl and a ball cake. It makes nice projects. I've made many shawl scarves with it. Yeah, I've had the shawl and a ball. This is the first time I had shawl and a cake. Let me show you what the name is, the rainbow yarn is. I left it over there. And I started the shawl at first. I realized I made a mistake and I didn't want to frog it. So it turned into a poncho or a nice shawl for my only doll that I have. Like, this is something my mother-in-law gave me. It's like an Indian doll and it has a dream cat. I don't know. She loved it. And she bought one for me and each of her daughters. I guess she considered me a daughter at the time. So she has her own little outfit. See? The stitch mark is still on there in case I'm desperate and I need the yarn for some reason. But this is what it was. Okay. It's yarn. I got it on clearance. I got a whole ton of yarn on clearance at the Hobby Lobby. Like, I think it was when they first opened. Oh, thanks, Janet. She likes my doll poncho. Well, it was just a mistake, really, but I just threw it on her. Hey, Whisper, how you doing? What you crocheting? So this was Yarn Beads Alish Boutique, and I only paid $1.74, and it was originally $6.99. But every other week they put your yarn on 30% off, and it's got 590 yards, so it has a lot of yards. And it's 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. And it says to use a 4.5 millimeter hook, but I'm using a 5 millimeter because I'll show you what the shawl is supposed to look like. It's kind of like rippling a little too much for me. Yeah, What color is it? It's called Pinwheel Cookie. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's not in the store anymore anyway. Hi, Inga. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so I decided to come on today. I was sitting there crocheting, and I said, today's a good day. I'm not babysitting, so I might as well hang out with my friends and stuff. So, yeah, I want to show you the picture of the shawl I'm making. Hopefully it'll look half as good. Wait, the light looks... That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done, except for that's a solid color, you know? Just I have 4 different colors of this crazy yarn. And I had one cake. I made a one cake shawl with this kind of yarn several months ago. Now, but I have a picture of it on my Instagram. Good morning, Starla. How you doing? So I was just showing everybody that I'm working on a shawl. Yeah, you like it? It's got a 3-part tutorial video, and I think the pattern's only $2. I mean, I might buy the pattern to make sure I'm not messing up, you know? It's like rippling a little. Well, here I'm on a double crochet row. I should put a stitch marker in there. I have one here. I don't want to mess up because this stuff is like impossible to frog. Kind of got to be really gentle with it. Because the part that I frogged, it was like these 2 single crochets going in the same thing. It just knotted up on each other. Okay. I'll show you the other shawl I made. And thank you. I'm working on it, and I kept messing up. I had to restart it. That's why my doll has a started shawl. See? I had made some mistakes. I didn't put chains in between, and I don't know. So she's dressed to the nines, you know. Oh, okay, Tammy, go spend some time with the honey. I did that already. I made something to eat later. He took out a can of canned salmon, and I guess he likes that for lunch. So I made it already, so he can feed himself later. Show you the other shawl that I made out of the similar. You know, I only had one. I made a 1 cake shawl. It's in the closet, so I don't feel like, I don't know. It would take me too long to find it. I have a closet in the other room. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. I don't know. I don't know if you could see good, but it turned out good. That was only 1 cake. Hey, Greg. My son's here visiting. I miss you. Give me a call one day soon. Thanks for coming in. Anyway, so that's the one I made. This is the same as this yarn. And I didn't have any real trouble with it. It was, I guess the pattern was easy. And it was Hook by Robin was the tutorial. Somewhere in one of my other videos, I put the link, you know. But, you know, it was pretty easy. So what's everybody doing? Okay, Greg, behave yourself. Take care of yourself. I miss you. Yeah, my son lives in New York, so he has a channel too. He plays this Yu-Gi-Oh game. You know, he's got a channel. Been doing the channel way longer than me. You know, that's his you know, hobby. It's good to have a hobby, you know. So Starla, what are you doing? Anybody want to come up and show what they're making? Oh, Whisper says she's making miniature crochet on those fairy houses. Oh, that sounds cute. Yeah, I only made one little, I don't know where it is. Oh, here he is. Made a bunch of washcloths. I don't know if we saw my video or not. I'm looking for my teddy bear that I made. It's gotta be here. I don't know. But I made all these washcloths. I'll show you one. If you didn't see my video, these were easy, and I just was doing something small while I was deciding what to make. So my grandson likes them, And he's already claimed 2 of them. Yeah, do you follow me? You could send it to my Instagram and I could look at it. Whisper, what's your name? You know, I'll follow you, you follow me on Instagram. And then I could see what you make. Or you could join my Facebook group, whatever's easier, you know. That's all. So these are easy to make, and you can actually make a blanket from the same pattern. I made a blanket from Crochet Crowd, and I gave it as a gift to somebody. Yeah, and my grandson liked it. We told him it was a starfish, so he's learning how to wash himself. He's only 3. He's so cute. And I made one that was all variegated. It looked really cool. And I just was using my scraps up, you know. What's in your cup? I got, this one says, oh, there's lipstick on it. This is the Hobby Lobby cup, powered by coffee and yarn. Mm. And it has little yarn balls on the inside, like a little design. I used a coupon to buy it, you know. So that's what I've been up to. So this, I'll see. I hope that shawl comes out good. I don't think I'm going to go ahead with the second shawl till I see this one's looking good. That's laying okay. It might be a little like ripply. I don't know. Maybe it'll look okay. Sometimes you make something and you think, well, nobody else really notices. We notice any little error in our work, you know? Oh, thank you. I'm going to definitely follow you back. The more the merrier. I like to see other people's work. It gives me ideas and inspires me, you know? You actually have water in your cup. I have water in my cup all the time. And I try not to, I only drink decaf since I had heart surgery a couple of years ago, because I don't want to go into AFib ever again. So I drink decaf, and it has a lot less caffeine than regular coffee. Yeah, she says it should flatten out after that double crochet row, but it doesn't look like it's flattening too great, you know? It might be the yarn. It might be the yarn that I'm using. I want to try it again, maybe. Oh, you're drinking tea named Winter Glow. That sounds nice. I love iced tea, but like I gotta watch the caffeine. And I live in Florida, so I mean, whenever I leave the house, I leave with this giant cup, and I have to make it cold, and it stays really cold in this thing. I got it at Walmart for like $10. Oh, it says apples. Yeah, I just drink tea normally when I don't have a sore throat. Thank God, don't have one. So I guess, if I could drink, maybe I should drink tea in between that doesn't have any caffeine, like that's like herbal, so I could have something in between. That counts as a water, you know? That's all. Let's see. I'm looking for you. Oh, okay. I found you. I am following you already. Oh, Starla just woke up. What time is it by you? Yeah, it's just past 11:30 by me, you know? Oh, it's just past 11:30. So I usually have my second coffee around 11. Yeah, a lot of people, it seems like a lot of the crocheters, they like tea a lot. I mean, I have tea in my cabinet. I like green tea, but I bought the decaffeinated version of it. I have regular tea too, because my husband, he wants tea. And, I have regular tea in the cabinet for him. That's all. I don't need no headache, Even, tea has, I think, a lot less caffeine. And Whisper, what's your name? Did you tell me or I missed it? She says, oh, there's my mouse. She says, yeah, I have German blueberry fruit tea that has no caffeine, and in it, it's delicious, and I drink pots of that. It sounds good. Is it cold by you? Because I'm in South Florida, and it is really hot here. So, I mean, although I love my coffee, I don't care if it gets a little cooler. Oh, Barbara, but everybody calls you Barb. Okay. I'll try to remember. It's hard after a while because there's so many channels, So do you have content, Bob? You have like videos and stuff? I'll have to look. So, yeah, if anybody wants to, if I don't know if your moderators or not, because I'm on StreamYard. I mean, I could go on my phone and look. If you want, you could. If you have a channel with stuff, you could put up a link to your channel. And people could grab each other up. I always forget to say that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna open it up. Oh, it's 4:45 here in the UK. Okay, yeah, that's so you're like what is that? 5 hours difference? Not too cold right now, but it's right in between winter and spring. Okay. Yeah, because when I was a kid, I always thought we had this, everybody had the same seasons as us, but obviously not. There's some places where it's summer right now, and like this is supposed to be winter where I live, but I have no winter where I live, you know? Oh, cool. So you have a few videos of you hand dyeing yarn. So you never know. I started doing this because, there's no one, I don't have any crochet friends to share my work with, you know? Oh my, Starla, you were up for 2 days? What were you doing? Like going from one live to another? I had one day this week that I only slept like 4 hours. Oh, and Barb is in the Netherlands. Yeah, I've never left the United States. You know, that's really insomnia. You start hallucinating if you don't sleep for a few days, I think. That's what I heard. Like some people take medication and it affects their sleep. It make you a little confused. Everybody needs sleep. So yeah, I had one day I didn't sleep 4 hours. And thank God I had enough. Then like 2 days later, I slept like a good 8. I don't get a good 8 hours usually. I'm usually like 6, 6.5. Yeah, I'm in South Florida, kind of close to Miami, probably like 45 minutes from Miami. Not far. It's not so hot anymore. Let me see. I'm trying to find my live. It's not showing up on my page. That's weird. Your videos. Oh, your meds mess up your sleep. You take them too early. Yeah, I thank God I don't take a lot of medication anymore. I got off most of the medications I was taking like a couple of years ago. I was on a bunch of wacky medications. Oh, and Sheila's in Newcastle, northeast of England. That sounds so nice. It's called, where I live, it's called Pembroke Pines. It's a pretty big city. So I'm from New York, if you can't tell already. Born and raised. Two of my kids still live there. And my oldest son, he met a nice little Cuban girl, and she was originally from Florida, and they were living up. She was in college, and that's how they met. They met on MySpace. So they eventually moved to Florida, and then they said, well, if you want to become grandparents, you need to, like, come on, move down. And my husband was so sick of New York anyway. So we moved here. I kind of wanted to wait. I kept saying, I don't want to move to Florida so fast. Then we moved down here, and they didn't even get pregnant for like at least 2 years, but it gave me time to adjust to the new way of life. So I've lived in New York and North Carolina and Florida so far. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just don't sleep like I did when I was young. Like the medicines I took didn't affect my sleep. I was on like an antiarrhythmia and blood thinners. Oh, you're near my sister, Starla. You're near my sister's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's in Grand Prairie. And oh man, they were like sick with the virus for like a month. They finally started getting better, and then they had that crazy storm. Thank God they didn't have any pipes freeze, because they had like a sewer main pipe, some kind of pipe broke right when they were sick with the COVID, and they had trouble getting anyone to come out and fix their problem. But they did it. It was all outside, so they were able to fix it without having to come in and talk to them, like. Yeah, I know nothing about, what, your area would look like in England, but it sounds really pretty, you know, and whatever. I've always lived on the East Coast, put it that way. I never left the time zone, but my sister left New York like 40 years ago. She's a little bit older than me. So everybody's talking to each other in the chat. Hi, Gab and Grammy. I'm a Grammy too. I'm a granny too. Is everybody a granny? Or, some of you must be young. Where are you? Oh, you're in North Carolina. I used to live in North Carolina. I lived in near Carolina Shores, right near Calabash, North Carolina, just over the border, heading to on 17, heading towards Myrtle Beach. So we lived there for 5 years. That's a whole long story I won't go into. Yeah, yeah. I visit the rest room multiple times a night. I don't know what that's about. It's you know not a granny and not expecting to become one anytime. Yeah, well, I'm a granny one time, and now number two is on the way. Another boy, so I'll be getting a second grandson. I have three sons. I guess the boys like us. Here's my new. I got my own little llama. I got it at Walmart on clearance at the after Valentine's Day. I should have bought the. I should have found the other one. They had a couple. Oh, you're near Charlotte. Yeah, I've never been to Charlotte. We don't get around much. Oh, and Sheila's a granny of 6 kids. Wonderful. Yeah, well, are they getting big? Well, my grandson is going to be 4 in October, so he's like 3.5 now. Oh, so your parents and you are still recovering from COVID, and your dad works at the Grand Prairie Airport. Nice. Yeah, well, my niece also lives, my sister's daughter also lives in Texas, but she's like an hour away, and I forgot the name of the town, but it's, not far. Yeah. Oh, your kids are 17, 19, and 20. My kids are all in their 30s. And my eldest son just turned 38. So before you know it, they're going to be in their 40s. Man, am I getting old quickly. Now that my husband will be 65 this year. So the Medicare people are sending like postcards because he's got to pick something. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Starlet's son passed when he away 30 years ago. Wow. That's really sad. I have a couple of friends that lost children. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Whispers. Are those grandkids or kids that are 14, 21, and 27? 7 grandkids. I just married off another son. Our youngest son is 31. He just got married. And on Zoom. I watched it on Zoom. Isn't that awful? I mean, it was better than not being there at all and not being a part of it. But they're working on the son that came into the chat. He's supposed to be editing the videos that they took that day. Whoops. Oh, your kids. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they grow up so quick. Oh, Sheila's kids are 51, 49, and 46. That'll be me in a decade. It's like a 31, 35, and 38. So the one that came in the room is the single one. He's a math. He teaches math. They're good. They're good at math, my kids. Yeah, that's awful to lose a child. It's like the scary thing, you know. Too many people are in that team. But yeah, my sister and her son and her husband all had the COVID. They had it pretty bad. Oh, God bless you, Sheila. You'll be 75 in April. I got a wedding in April. So my daughter-in-law's brother just had COVID, but he seems, because he's young, he's like, I think he's around 31. I think he's like 30 or 31, something like that. And he had like fever and the chills for like a couple of days. He got tested. Now his mother can't go to work, but he's locked in his room and he has his own bathroom. And And he's already feeling better, actually. But they said you got to, I guess, stay away from people for 10 days. And the parents got tested, but they took the test that's more accurate, that takes longer. Like it takes like 4 days. So we'll see if they have it or not. So they're just social distancing. They're delivering food to his door, you know. So hopefully they don't catch it, you know. And, so Cynthia says her dad will be 76 in March. Yeah, my dad and mom, they're already gone. My mom lived to be 87, and she died in, I think I can't even remember. So bad. It was like 2005, I believe. And then my dad lived another 10 years. No, it wasn't 2005. It was 2000. The end of 2004, my mother passed. And then 2013, my dad passed, and he was 94. So he lived like about 10. He was 3 years younger than my mother. But yeah, they had me late in life. I'm the baby of the family. So anyway, in case anybody missed it, I'll show it again. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. This is the shawl I'm working on. It's kind of coming out a little ripply. It's supposed to flatten out. I don't know. Hopefully it'll flatten out. And I decided to go with the crazy rainbow color. I bought a whole bunch of this yarn at the Hobby Lobby. I put myself on the yarn ban. I'm going to try to work through my stash. I think it's going to take forever, you know, unless somebody wants to pay me and I need something specific that I don't have in my stash. I'll have to buy yarn. It's hard when I see yarn that's on clearance. I kind of go a little bonkers, you know. That's all. And they had the AC Moore clothes last year, so I loaded up there. Thank you. Yeah, I have other colors. I had posted a picture of all the colors I had in my little group. So I have like one that has pinks, one that has like a greenish, like a tealish green, and then I have one that has like real neutrals, like tan and stuff. So we'll see. I might do more. Unless I can I don't know if that's itchy. Doesn't seem to be itchy on the skin, you know. Like maybe a little, because it's got alpaca. Yeah, it's bright and cheery. Maybe I'll put it in my shop. I have an Etsy, and I have some things in there. I have a few things done. I probably should take a picture and like post it, and maybe I'll sell something. Do you all sell things? Just curious. Do you sell things, or you donate, or you do everything, gifting? You know. A lot of times I make things. I made a lot of things at the beginning of the winter for my kids in New York, and my daughter-in-law is a big fan. So, you know, says we're supposed to be coming out of lockdown. It stages starting the 8th of March with the children going back to school. Yeah, I think there's kids going to school here, but if they get one case, and they might tell all the kids to stay home for a little while. Oh, you're more of a knitter. I started to learn to knit at the beginning of the year. So it's not going to, I haven't tried the last couple of weeks. I tried a bunch. Oh, Gab and Grammy says she's thinking about opening up an Etsy shop. Yeah, they do add tax. Like I only sell in the US because I don't know, the shipping is just crazy. And I had a lot of things done that was sitting in my closet. I mean, I gave some as gifts, or I kept some stuff. And then how many shawls do I need, So, I mean, I mailed stuff to my son and his wife and my other son, like hats and stuff. So I put some stuff in my shop. And, I sold a couple of things, but I haven't sold a lot of stuff. But I definitely I think it's a good idea to like every so often add things. Because then I do have some people that favorited my shop. But I did make the prices reasonable just to like get rid of it, get back some money. Oh, they split up the classes here. My son is one of the 5 that goes to school on Mondays and Thursdays and homeschools the rest of the week. Yeah, I don't know where, like my niece in New York has her kids home. And I think they started to let them go back to school. Like a couple of days a week, and then there was like an outbreak, and then they sent them home, and I have no idea what's going on over there. So I don't really talk to her that much. Oh, she does resin. Her granddaughter has an Etsy shop and does resin things. Yeah, I wish I could sew on the sewing machine, but I don't really have space for that. I used to have this, like, this crochet takes so long. You're never going to make a lot of money, and nobody wants to pay, you know? Oh, has only been a week now? Okay, well, let's hope it lasts. Well, my grandson goes to school 5 days a week, but it's daycare and it's considered a necessity, I guess, for people to go to work. But what they do is the little ones have to wear a mask. So he wears a mask all day. You know, sometimes I think it falls below the nose, but definitely they're taking their temperature. So I think a lot of people were sending their kids to school sick because he was getting sick. Like he's been going for since he was a year old because I had to have that surgery. So I couldn't babysit for like a couple of months. So they decided to put him in daycare. So then once I got better, I just pick him up a few afternoons a week normally. Being the other grandma's son is sick with the COVID. Now, next week, I got to pick him up every day from school. So that means I can only crochet in the morning, which is fine because, you know. Anyway, so I got to pick him up. But yeah, they wear the mask. They take their temperature when they come. So if they have a temperature, you know, they'll tell you got to take them home. So then, like, if he gets it, one time they sent him home to me and I had to babysit. He was fine. He had no temperature. Mm. Oh, so your granddaughter can't wait for her kids to go back to school if they are still alive. Yeah, it's hard. You know, my daughter-in-law says she likes working. She'd rather work than have to stay home with him. Where I stayed home with all my kids, so I don't really mind. I like stay. My husband likes to take them to parks and do things. He's got too many toys. My house is like got too many toys in it. Kids spoiled rotten. You know, we're gonna have to try to unspoil him before he gets to kindergarten. Oh, so nothing like that here. Bob says kids wear masks until they are in their seats. Kids under 12 do not need a mask here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, every place is different, you know. But I had some, I used to live in North Carolina and I used to go to a church there and a couple of people I know passed away. But they were old, you know, they were more at risk probably because they were older people with underlying health issues. Like maybe their immune system wasn't as good as like a young person, a healthy young person. I don't know. So I was really upset that my friend passed away. Whatever, I'm going to be able to watch the funeral, like not this Saturday. I think it's 2 Saturdays. So you can't even have a funeral right away anymore. You gotta wait. You know. Well, I don't know. I think the masks they could help a little bit, maybe not. Well, your son has a filtered mask because of health issues. I have a friend. She just refuses to wear the mask. She doesn't believe it. Whatever. I don't want to go there. So when you put stuff on Instagram, well, I did put the link tree on my Instagram. I guess if I put the price and say go to my Etsy or message me, something like that. Hey Katrina, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. How you doing with the weather and all that? You know, I'm in Florida, so it's not cold here. I'm the lucky one. It gets too hot here sometimes. You know, I'm working on this. It's a Kristen Amdahl tutorial, although her pattern's only $2. It's kind of like a little ruffly, but maybe that'll be okay. It's going to be a shawl. And I got this yarn from Yarn Bee. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Delish Boutique. Oh, you're starting to get nice spring weather by you? Where do you live? Like what state? You know, I'm in Florida, so like maybe we had one weekend that it was chilly at night, like in the 40s or the 50s. But I'm like really south, so you know, it just you don't get as many thunderstorms in the winter months. like, you know, what would be considered winter on the East Coast. But we have to worry about hurricanes. Oh, Ontario, Canada. So that's nice that you're getting some nicer weather. I know that they had snow up north when I'm from New York, so my two of my sons still live there, and my daughter-in-law. So they've had their share of snow this winter and cold weather. Yep, everybody say hi to each other. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to look up. I was trying to find my live in my phone, so like if I wanted to make anybody a moderator or something, you know, I'm gonna just whoops. Trying to open another tab. Yeah, do you sell it? I guess I have PayPal. I guess you could sell things through PayPal, and they take a lot less money too. Well, I'm definitely going to say, oh, there it is. Now I found it. Didn't come up earlier. So if you want to put a link up or something, let's see. Yeah, I don't seem to have moderators in the chat. Okay, I just gave you a wrench. Anyway, it's hard for me to put links while I'm doing the video, you know? Who has a channel here? Who has a channel? Who has videos? I mean, somebody just said they had a couple of videos. Starla the Crafty Chef. What are you cooking today? Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I like included the shipping on my Etsy stuff, you know? Okay, Gabby, I'm gonna make you a mod and you have a channel. Got to do it on my phone. Anybody want to come up and show me what you're making? Show everybody? Oh, Katrina says, I'm working on orders right now and working on Bagel Day shawl that she just came out with. Oh, I'll have to check that out because I'm working on a shawl and I'm not sure how it's coming. I got plenty of shawl type yarn that I could use. I don't know. That's all I was making for a while. I was making shawl. So like then I started doing other things. I made a lot of hats and hat towel sets for a while. I made a lot of baby blankets because I got a baby coming in June. So I got a little baby. I'm going to be really busy come the summer. So I'm going to have to figure out when I could get on this live thing. I never seem to know in advance, you know? Did I post that link? Thought I did. Um, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, so anybody wants to come up and hang out and talk crochet or whatever, just talk about life. I got a half price shawl on the needles. Yeah, I wish the knitting came to me as easily as the crochet. I did make a washcloth and I did make a headband knitted. And I started to make a scarf. Here, I don't have it all right here. I started to make a scarf and it turned into a cowl. This is knitted. It had a couple of mistakes in it, but this yarn was really forgiving. And I basically sewed the holes because I accidentally kept yarning over. I realized what I was doing after the fact, but it's nice and stretchy. I really like how variegated yarn looks with knitting. So I do want to knit more, but I need to be crocheting too, that's all. I have a habit I'm one of those strange people that I only usually work on one project at a time. And then when I'm done, it's like, what do I make next? So that's why I started two shawls at the same time, thinking I'll go right to the next one. So this shawl is sort of like a round shawl, you know. Oh, so Starla said she started my own channel a few days ago, so no content yet. Oh, yeah, well, you know, it's kind of like you can have a channel and you don't have to make videos. You could just follow people, make playlists. Like I make playlists and I put shawls that I like in there, and then I put blankets, or I need to try to make some booties again, because when I made booties the last time, they were terrible. They came out too small. They weren't even small. They were too small. They were probably good for a doll, you know? Yeah. Oh, so crochet is your first love, but so just, you got to bite the bullet. Just do it. I don't really do editing, although I did find a software I think I could work with, you know? Oh, cool. So people are adding one another. So I don't know if I have anybody that can add links, you know? Well, we have 13 people in the house. Let's see. I can't tell. I have to look at my phone. All right. I got 8 people, 8 likes. I just liked it myself. So if you forgot to like, please like it before you leave. You know, it helps. It helps get me out there, you know? Cool, cool. Well, I did give somebody, or anybody else here have content. Like, so if you know how to post anybody's link, crochet at my house sounds familiar. Crochet at my house, how you doing? So do you have video? You have videos too? I have to look. Yeah, I can't. Because it's funny, in the StreamYard, you can't tell who you gave the wrench to. I have to look at my phone to see, you know? Anyway, so yeah, Bagel Day is a good one to go to also when I don't know what to make. I don't really follow a lot of patterns. I follow a lot of tutorials, but if I have the pattern with the tutorial, it helps me to learn, you know? That's the story. Oop, wait, I hit the wrong one. Oh, so Sheila says, my dad taught me to knit when I was about 5. He knit when he was in the Navy on his breaks. That's amazing that you were alert at 5. My mother showed me how to crochet. I was about 19, and she kind of showed me a very little of knitting, and I kind of liked it, but she said, oh, you're going to make a blanket for your sister's baby. My sister was 6 years older, so I was like 19, and she was expecting. So she started it. I think she did the chain, and she just started the first row and then had me doing I did the rest. But I picked it up really quickly. Oh, yeah, you do the same thing as me. I follow the pattern here and there. Oh, so Starla says she's created my first pattern last night. Here, I'll put it up here. But I'm getting frustrated with one I was following, trying to follow it. It wouldn't work no matter what I did. Testing it out on a shore. Oh, so yeah, I guess like if we make our own eventually, if we get good enough and you can make your own patterns. Well, some people just don't, they just make up stuff as they go. Some people just have that gift. It's a little bit of math involved, you know? Not that I'm bad at math, but you'll notice sometimes they'll say, skip 2, chain 1, you know, you'll make sure you're putting in that chain. I don't know. So this is interesting. It has like, oh, I had an accident where I made a mistake and I was pulling it out and then it got stuck and I had to snip some of it. I figured so I have some ends. See, I have some ends where I shouldn't have ends. Then I accidentally cut into the row before. Hi, Laurel. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. What you making? Yeah, so because this got caught on itself because it's so fuzzy. And then almost trashed it, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna try again. And then I fixed it, you know. But there was like a spot here where you have like you're putting two single crochets together. Yeah, it's a Kristen Amdahl tutorial. I'm going to show you the picture, Katrina. You know, I have a lot of things saved. Wait a second. Get off my own page. I like to use my laptop for the lives. I think the sound turns out better. Wait, a commercial came on. Yeah, I got to do a giveaway soon. I have to go through my closet, see what I want to give away. You know? Oh, my dog is barking. Sorry. Oh, wait. It's more, she has it's purple in the, but you can't tell there. So it's really big looking. So I don't think mine looks that big. Like I'm supposedly up to this section here with the holes, like right below the and it doesn't even look the size that she made hers, unless she blocked it and it got bigger, maybe, you know. So yeah, and there's 3 videos. So she's got 3 videos, like part 1, and they're not super long, but she broke them up into 3, and she has like a small version of it, and she shows you the big one on the table. Yeah, well, other yarn maybe, you know, wouldn't like get stuck, you know. That's the thing. Like I'm not, you know, I can work with some of these yarns, but you know, all of a sudden I'm trying something new. Maybe I should have went with a safer yarn, you know, for the first one as I'm learning it. It's like a learning curve. Have you ever put furniture together? Like I'm not bad at it, you know, like we'd order something and it had to be put together. And my husband would be like not reading the directions and it's like a pattern. So like for some reason I just go step 1, step 2, I like, you know, look at the pieces that it comes with, and I'm pretty good at putting stuff together. You know, many years ago, my son, who's just got married, he's 31, he needed a desk, so we ordered him a desk, and then he helped me put it together. And he said I had mad skills. And it was heavy too. Like I needed help putting that thing together. Yeah, well, I started this last night, but there, like I said, I had like an error. So I decided I didn't want to frog this. So my doll now has a shawl. I have one doll that my mother-in-law gave me years ago. So now she's wearing, and she has a hat too that I made on my little knitting machine. So now she's got a hat. I can't get the knitting. I haven't been able to make anything else on that knitting machine. I bought it for $3 at the Salvation Army, but I made this one little cute hat. It probably fit a preemie. It's like the small version. Yeah, I like done a lot of big shawls. So, you know, 2K shawl. I figure, you know, if it's easy, like now I could do the first time I learned how to do a virus shawl, I made a lot of mistakes. You know, I didn't understand. I didn't know about repeating. Like they only showed you the one repeat and then you got to do the next. But now, you know, it's a lot easier for me now. Oh, you like my background? Yeah, this is my paint box yarn. Then I got some, what's his name? Something Brett. It's English yarn. Yeah, wait, let me find it. This I found at the Salvation Army. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's Party Time Chunky. And it says, maybe you get this in, you could get this in where you live in, for the ladies that live in England. It says James C. Brett, Monarch Mills, Clyde Street, Bingley, West Yorkshire. Did you say? I don't remember what town you said now, in England. So I found this and I only paid $1 a pop. And I think they were like, I looked it up online, it was a lot more. No, the one doll, the doll I have is something my mother-in-law gave me years ago. She bought it for all her daughters, so she considered me a daughter. And that's why I have the doll. I'm not collecting dolls, you know? And because, she passed away, I miss her. So it makes me think of her. She's a nice person. I got along with my mother. We had our share of arguments though over the years, but I try to be a nice mother-in-law. I have two daughter-in-laws now. I finally got daughters. Those are my daughter-in-laws. Yeah, well, maybe, I just threw that on the doll. I figured, I'll just start over. Right? You can't frog. It's really hard to frog a lot of this. You got to catch your mistakes early. Lashira, thanks for coming in. How you doing today? Are you all having a good weekend? Yeah, I gotta do more lives and work on my hours, because I did hit 1,000 friends and family, but I need like just hit 2,000 hours. I still need 2,000 hours, so it'll take some time. That's all. Yeah, I haven't decided what to make with that pink box yarn. Everybody keeps asking me, what are you going to make with it? Originally, I was going to make another mosaic blanket. I made a mosaic blanket from that Tina, and I can't remember her name because it's so long. Oh, Granny D's in the house? There you are. I didn't see you at first. I did put up a link if anybody wants to hang out with me. Excuse me. I'm drinking really slow. Now the coffee's not hot anymore. Mm. Granny D always hangs out with me almost. Almost always. I guess unless she's busy. Laurel says, I'm retired. So one day is just like another now, and I don't notice weekends. Yeah. Well, I guess I don't work, but I do babysit. So I know it's weekends because church is on the weekend. I go to church. And because I don't babysit usually a one day on the weekend, I'll end up babysitting tomorrow. So in case they want to clean the house or do a shopping trip together. I don't know if my son is working. He works like in a hospital, and sometimes he works on the weekend, sometimes he doesn't. That's how it goes. Oh, so that sounds nice, Sheila, that you get to go to someone's house for dinner tomorrow. Your granddaughter's house. Sounds yummy. I like when someone else cooks for me. You know, we went to, my church had its monthly ladies ministry thing. Last month we painted something. I left I left the thing I made in the bathroom. I didn't know what I have to clean my dresser. It's a mess. I might put my crochet. They gave us jars. It was an easy craft. So it was like a 5-minute craft. You're supposed to chip into the craft. So it was a jar and then like some kind of material we crazy glued, and then we tied around a little heart. It was kind of cute. So we decorated a jar, you know. So what's everybody making? So here, Granny, look, Granny D, I'm making a shawl. I don't know if you saw it. I'm not sure it even looks as big as what hers look like at this point. And it looks like it needs some kind of blocking. Maybe that's what I got to do. But it's kind of like rough. It's ruffly, you know. The colors are nice. That's all. So, what is everybody doing? Are you going out and make ear savers? Yeah, I bought like some masks from a friend at church. You like the colors? Here, look. I have two of these, and I got a bargain at Hobby Lobby a while ago. Oh, nice, Laurel. I have a bunch of shawl in the ball. Like, I'd say a year and a half ago, Lion Brand had one of those sales, 5 for 10, but then you had to pay shipping. So I figured out, I bought a whole bunch of shawl in the ball. So I made a bunch of it, but I still have some left. And then I found two at AC Moore, like of a different color I never had. And then I bought, this is shawl in the ball, but I don't have the band here. It's on the other end of the room. So I started another shawl in this color. It's also a little ripply. Okay. This one doesn't have any sparkle in it, but I like the colors. Yeah, well, I think I could crochet for a year now without, and maybe put a decent dent in my stash. I got crazy with all this clearance yarn, and I would just, if I seen yarn for $1, I would buy it all, like clear the shelf. I'm doing a bag a day, that's all. Yeah, and I think I made 4 blankets, like, since the beginning of the year. I made one for my grandson for his big boy bed. Then I made like another one for the baby. Then I made a gift. I don't know. I was, and then I made like a girly one that I think I'm going to put in my shop. Or maybe I'll mention it on Instagram. You never know. You never know who's going to buy your stuff. One time I sold something from somebody on YouTube. I mentioned it. I put the link to my shop and they bought something. It was a different web page. My husband made me a web page, but then he couldn't help me. He wouldn't help me anymore with it. Oh, so you made 4 scrap Afghans for the Bomb Dog Challenge? What's a Bomb Dog Challenge? For our veterans, and I still have enough scrap yarn to make at least, oh, nice. I do have scrap yarn. I'm collecting some. I have some yarn balls that are tangled. I need to like untangle them. So eventually, I had made a baby blanket. I made a which way fillet, and then one of the balls got all tangled up. Yeah, I mean, I did definitely grew my stash. I got Michael's clothes and I got a whole load of yarn there in January. And I bought those bobbin things. I had got them on sale for $5 each. They were originally like 12. Whatever. Clearance yarn is like, I'm trying to stay out of the store, you know? Oh, so you love to untangle yarn? I'll send you a box of tangled yarn. Just kidding. It's crazy. I hate when it's I'm starting to work from the outside. I think it's safer than the inside, Every time I get in trouble, it's because I went through from the inside. It's so nice to have a scent to pull, but if it doesn't, that's why I'm working from the outside. Can't deal with it. Well, I had one time I balled up some yarn because it was just tangling on itself. That's all. So nobody wants to come up and hang out with me. I'm already talking an hour. I don't know if I could talk much more. I mean, I could talk if you talk to me. Yeah. Well, I did, I have a ball winder that I got. The kids gave me money for like Mother's Day last year or something. And I bought a ball winder with it and I bought some other stuff. I didn't buy yarn with it. And then I was starting to ball up like, when you have a half a ball and you have like leftovers because you throw it in a bag and then it gets tangled eventually. So I was making little balls of yarn. But I definitely want to do a scrap blanket. I really like that modern granny blanket that I made. It would make a really nice scrap blanket too. Or it's a box stitch or something, someone told me. Oh, so Laurel says, I don't live close to a city, so I miss all the clearance sales. Oh, that's probably a good thing because I'd be overloaded. You'd be joining the club. Yeah, so where are you again? Gabby and Grammy? Because I can't remember now. The tangling just doesn't end, you know? That's all. So today's my day to relax and maybe I'll go out. That's the thing. I'll go to Walmart a few days. I still go out. I'm not locked up in my house. I mean, I wear the mask when I go to the stores. I don't wear it. Of course, you don't wear it when you're driving. It's dangerous. And you don't wear it like in the house. So I'll go to Walmart's really close by. Sometimes, like the one time they had like a whole box of yarn. It was, oh, somebody's here. I'm sorry, I didn't see her.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? I didn't even see you. What's your name? Is there a different name in the chat?
Yes, it's Crochet at my house.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think I saw I think I watched your channel.
Mhm.
So what are you making today?
I'm working on an amigurumi.
Oh, okay. I've only try to make one thing. I'll show it. Wait, it's somewhere here. I got to get up to look for it. Very nice. And you're following the pattern. I'm not
Yeah.
so good. I have a book. I thought I stuck it here. I thought, oh, here it is. It's really wonky because I kind of did it in a hurry. This is my only amigurumi that I made. For
Nice.
the first, he's a little wonky. And then I couldn't figure out how to put the eyes in. Like I found this kit at the Goodwill, but it's like, I'll show it to you. There's a book. I just happened to have it here because I showed it a different day. And I only paid I think I paid $2 for it. It didn't come with enough yarn to do all the animals, you know. Maybe I'll try it again
Yeah,
someday.
enough to do 2 of them.
Right. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think there's a chick. So there's a book in here.
Mhm.
So did you start it or it doesn't look like anything yet? I see you're wearing a shawl. Oh, looks really nice and the stitches look perfect.
And what I'm wearing actually is a cardigan.
Oh, I like it. I want to make
Ages.
a cardigan. I'm sick of making shawls.
Mhm.
I've made a lot of shawls, but I should make a cardigan.
Yeah,
You like
I've
them?
made quite a few shawls too. But this is the part I'm working on at the moment, which is basically this one's hair.
Cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, I try to put the eyes in. I don't know what happened. I fell off. I'm back. I think I'm back. You could come back if you want to. I don't know why it went off the screen, you know. You see me now? Do you see me now? I hate when that happens. Crochet at my house. You want to come back up? Oh, here she comes.
Hello again.
I don't know what happened. I just disappeared all of a sudden, and I thought it stopped my live. So tell me, how long you're crocheting? You look so young.
I've been crocheting a little over 3 years. I'm actually 22. I know I don't look it, but I'm 22. But I started in like November of 2018, I think. Yeah.
Nice. My mom taught me when I was 19, and I made a couple of things. Morning, Debbie. And I just made a baby blanket and a scarf for my boyfriend, who's my husband now for like forever. And then I didn't make anything else. And then a couple of years ago, well, about 4 years ago, my grandson was on the way. So I said, oh, I want to crochet a blanket. So I found YouTube and, I made a lot of washcloths.
Yeah.
So I'm getting better at it, you know. Good at some things, not good at others.
Yeah.
You know.
I started out of I was babysitting my sister and I got bored and I started wandering around for something to do and found some old hooks, grabbed my aunt's yarn and started making something.
Oh, you just started making something?
Yeah,
You're
with
a
the help of
natural.
the help
What?
of YouTube, I found a YouTube tutorial about it. And so the first thing I made was a scarf.
Nice. That
Mhm.
sounds good. But like in the beginning when I relearned, I like didn't know where to put like the hook and the stitch, under the V.
Yeah.
But over time I work out nicer and nicer. But
Hmm.
I kind of did this in a hurry that day. I guess I wasn't trying hard,
Yeah.
so it kind of came out. I thought the arms and legs was kind of too small. I don't know. Whatever. It's still cute. I'll try again eventually.
And I'm making it as a birthday present for my mum in May. So I'm getting it done a little bit early.
Sounds smart.
Yeah,
That's nice. You
better
got to
than
give.
the 3 days before rush.
So, how long will it take you to make something like that? It looked like it had a lot of, clothing and stuff like that to go with it.
It depends. I tend to work on like a bunch of things at the same time. Like I currently have 7 projects on the go, and so I tend to hop from one to the other to the other. If I sat down and focused on something, like depending on how big it is, it could take me like a week or two. But when jumping back and forth, it can take longer.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, and I'm the one. I'm like usually make one thing at a time.
Hmm.
But I do have some squares that I made. I wanted to learn how to make the willow square. It's here in a bag. I made a few different squares, but I haven't committed to making a blanket out of it. I just wanted to try it. And they came out kind of cute. I don't really like sewing squares together, but maybe. And I was just using scraps.
Instead of growing them.
Then I was thinking about maybe I'd make a blanket, and now I can't remember what hook size I used with these squares.
Mhm.
Like maybe to make, because I'm going to be a grandma again soon. So
Yeah.
it's another boy.
To
So
try
would
and
be,
remember your hoop size, it usually helps to write it down.
yeah, well, they say to take a picture with your hook, which is really would be good for me because I wouldn't lose the piece of paper I wrote it on, you know?
Yeah, I used to take a picture of every project I was working on, post it on Instagram, and there was a permanent picture of whatever it was.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I have an Instagram. So here, I think this one was a 6 millimeter, so that one might have been a 5. I mean, I could just, so I had a lot of this yarn. I just made one.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I could have made like all primary colors. I could still do it, but
Yeah.
you know, like I said, like I just started these 2 shawls and I'm not so sure it's coming out great. We'll see. I'm just going to work on the one for now, but
Yeah.
I can understand people get bored, and I just made a lot of washcloths. Let's see that you got a shawl on the hook. That looks nice. So
Uh,
thank you, Lashira. Did you
that
follow tutorial, or you like to follow patterns? Is it a free pattern?
yes, I got it from Yarn Solutions, and it's got 3 different sections of pattern to it.
I like that. And I like the bottom.
Yeah, so
Is
do
that
I.
the third section, the border like
Mm,
looks lacy?
yeah, it is quite lacy. They seem to get
Yeah.
more lacy as you go down because this one's got holes, obviously, this part,
Right.
and then it gets more holes in the next one, and then more holes at the bottom.
Do people wear shawls a lot where you live?
No, not really.
Yeah, I'll wear them to church, and I think I sold a few shawls to people at church. Because I live in South Florida, it's really hot here, so like they don't really wear hats and cowls unless they're going out of town and visiting people. And so,
I live in Scotland.
where?
Scotland.
Oh, Scotland. That's
Yeah.
really different.
So
Yeah.
we definitely wear warm clothes, hence the lovely cardigan and hats and cows and everything. Everyone's always trying to keep warm when it's cold. Uh, Shawls, I don't see as much, probably because they're slightly inconvenient. Like
Right.
you can't button it up to keep it on. You can't put your arms in it to keep it on.
Well, you
So it's
could some people put buttons, like I bought like this hair clip and then I clip it on, and
mhm,
it's a hair clip, but it looks pretty. And I don't know where I
yeah.
have one around here somewhere. If I could find it. Oh, there it is. I guess you guys don't have Walmart, huh? So here, I bought this in a couple of colors, and it's kind of pretty. See? So like I could take my shawl, you know, I have one here. A minute. Oop. Made this a while ago. The old virus meets granny, you know?
Yeah, I've made one of those.
Yeah.
I've
Made a
actually
few
got
of them.
one on my chair at the moment.
So like you could just, instead of putting one of those straight things in there that could slide out, this has on the back, looks like this, but it's pretty. I had different colors. I had like a silver one, and you know, you can kind of, I'm not really looking in the mirror to see if it looks good. Just to
Yeah.
give you an idea.
I personally wear shawls. I sometimes put like a safety pin in. Or the other thing is, if I have one that's long enough, you could put it round, exit over, and then tie it at the back.
Well, you look petite. I'm not as petite as you anymore. When I was young, I was really, 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 really thin. When I was in my, you know, as a teenager and like my early 20s.
Yeah.
But at your age, I got married at your age. 22. Young and dumb. No, just kidding. Find the right person, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you made one of them too, Lashira? Yeah, and it's really, oh, Granny D likes my pin. Granny D, I bought this at Walmart, but I haven't seen it there in a long time. I have like, you're supposed to wear it in your hair, but it doesn't. My hair's too fine. My hair's really fine. Oh, so Gabby Grammy has her grandkids there. So you're wearing a cardigan. I want to make a, I think a hexagon cardigan. I just was thinking, is that what that is?
Yes.
Was it easy?
Yeah.
Just one big, is it? Oh, you add.
I came up with entirely myself. So there wasn't a pattern for this bit. I just kind of made it up as I was going along.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was just 2 hexagons, and then I just added to it.
Oh, it's 2 hexagons.
Yeah. One for each side. One there, and then the other one there.
Oh, but it makes the back. Did you make it longer?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was looking at some videos this morning as I was messing around with my shawl, you know?
Yeah. I've made one cardigan. I've made, I think, 3 cardigans now. Nice.
I made like a sweater. I made like 2, like one with short sleeve top, like, and then like one with 3/4 sleeves because I'm in Florida, so I don't want anything too heavy. But I used comfy cotton for one, and it's okay. It's in the other room, so I don't want to drag it out. And then the other one, I used a mandala cake, and then I try to color control it because it has like stripes in it. It didn't come out bad. You know, I used my ball winder and I balled up all the different colors, and I try to figure out, you know, colors were a little weird, but I've worn it a couple of times to church, you know, but I think it would have looked better on a solid. Like do you like to color control or you don't care?
It depends on the project.
What?
I think it depends on the project.
Right. Okay.
Like, I tend to not color control. I'm quite happy just to have the color go wherever it wants. Much like this here, it's kind of that color on this side and then those colors on that side. I kind of mix it all up and just let it flow how it wants. But if I'm making something specifically striped, I'll make it specifically striped. Like I have a dress that I'm currently working on. It's a vintage pattern. And it's done in different stripes because I chose to just use colors rather than like a cake. And so each stripe on both sides have to be the same.
Oh, so you've you're matching it, you know. Oh, I think some things you need to color control, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think I color controlled this at all. This was yarn that I actually paid $1 a cake for. Every so often you go into Walmart and they just put some, they want to get things off the shelf, and they'll lower the price to $1 or $2 or $3, which is usually a good deal, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I color controlled at all, you know. Plus, I think it changed color gradually,
Mm.
you know, so it's harder to see. You know, you could see maybe it changed in between. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're lucky to get some.
what's that?
I said you're lucky to get so many deals, really. We don't
Yeah, I
get that.
am. Plus, I don't work, so I mean, I might go. Oh, very nice. Is that the
That's
vintage
the
book?
pattern I'm talking about.
It's pretty. That's the one
Mm-hmm.
you're making.
Yep.
Well, at least you're getting. So, if can you get sales where you live? Like, do you look for sales?
I do look for sales. There are sales occasionally, but not very often.
Yeah.
And not like the sales that I see so many Americans talk about. They go, "Oh, it was only $1 this." I'm like,
Oh,
"Wow."
yeah, I hear you. That stinks, huh? Like, well, because we had AC More clothes last year, and I
Yeah.
kept going there. They first it was just 30% off, then it became like 50, and then like the last couple of days, it was like if you bought so many skeins, like they took off like another percentage, and it became like crazy, you know. So I
Yeah.
got a lot of yarn then, and then Hobby Lobby moved in, and they do like a yearly thing. So I went a
Mm.
little too crazy. So it was the second year that I bought the Hobby Lobby clearance. You know, so right now it's like every other week it's 30% off. So I haven't bought any yarn there, you know, because it wasn't on clearance.
Yeah.
No, but I
Here,
just got a ton at Michael's, huh?
here, when it comes to clearance, we definitely don't get like big percentages off. Like I've seen 30% off yarn sometimes, but definitely not seen like the 50 and beyond that kind of prices off. But we also tend to do the thing of like you buy two and then get one free. But the awkward
Okay,
part of that is we have Hobbycraft, and say you've
okay.
got free balls that were in the two for free deal, and then you've got another free balls in the two for free deal. You have to buy them separately to get the discount.
You mean you have to like ring it up separately, like at the
Yeah.
cashier? That's annoying. Like they also have coupons, but Hobby Lobby's doing away with their coupons. Like
Mm.
right, I think at the end of February, so there's like a 40% coupon in my app in the phone. So if I go there and I want to, let's say, get a hook, because I'm not buying yarn right now, then I could get 40% off, or a knitting, or like a knitting needle, because I'm learning to knit, which, you know, but which is annoying because they don't usually reduce those things, the hooks and the knitting needles. Like I bought a whole knitting needle set, like interchangeable with the cords, and I
Yeah.
got it 40% off, so it came down to like $20, and it's like they were acrylic. They were like a plastic. They were pretty. They worked good. I mean, I had to tighten them. They kept opening up in the beginning. Anyway, so now they're taking away the coupons, so I'm a little sad.
We've never really
What?
we've never really had
No coupons, huh?
we've
I
had
think because they,
like occasionally, very rarely in certain shops, but mostly not.
I think there's just too much competition down here, you know? So like Walmart never has a coupon. So what they do is, let's say they're getting in a shipload of new yarns. They got to make, there's only so many shelves they can put it on. So they have like, sometimes they have stuff on the shelf and it's reduced already and nobody knows it. So I go looking through the app and I can find, but there was a bunch of Christmas yarn I paid like 64 cents a skein. And I got a whole ton in January. So like I went crazy in January, so now I'm on a yarn ban. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, really the whole year I was buying yarn. So now this year I'm gonna try to not. I'm gonna try to crochet more and buy less, you know.
Yeah, although I don't actually have loads of yarn. Like I have yarn up on a shelf up there, and I have a big plastic box on the floor. It has yarn in it, but I don't have loads.
Yeah. Well, I did in the beginning when I first started,
Mm.
but you know, like when I first started making my grandson the blankets, I was making a lot of washcloths. Then when I felt confident to try to do a blanket, I made like two. They were a little, you know how like the sides aren't perfect, so they weren't perfect, but they
Yeah.
used them, whatever. Then I made like the granny square one where you just go round and round and it just becomes one big granny square. And I was like,
Mm.
why is this twisting to the left? You know, like since somebody said you should turn your work. I'm a suppose, or somebody else said if you're either a pencil holder or a knife holder, the knife holders tends to do that. So I'm the knife holder. You know, like I don't hold it like a pen. You know, I hold it like this.
Yeah,
I
the
don't.
same way I do.
Yeah, I don't really hold it like a pen. So anyway, I've made a lot of things. Like I made one video of almost everything that I made last year. I think I had accidentally repeated some pictures in there. It's in one of my videos, but I made a lot of stuff last year. I'm always making something. It's rare I don't crochet one day.
Yeah, it's rare for me to not crochet as well.
So do you go to school or work?
Neither.
Neither?
Yeah.
Like because of the pandemic?
Well, I was kind of planning on trying to find some sort of job at the start of the year last year. Yeah, last year. I think it was. Yeah, last year. That was when it started. I get confused about this pandemic because lasted so long that my brain goes, "How long has it been?" But yeah, last year, the beginning of last year, I was planning on trying to start doing some sort of job, and then I didn't.
Oh well. Hopefully you'll be able to start working or doing something else
Hmm.
in the near future, you know?
Although I did start doing YouTube during
Okay.
that's what I started doing because I didn't have a channel until March of last year.
Okay. I'm over a year now, but I, you know, wasn't doing as many videos for a while. Maybe one a week or one every other week. You know, in the beginning, I didn't make a ton of videos. But soon I'm going to have a new grandbaby, so I'm going to be super busy. Like come the summer, so I don't know what's going to be. You know, we'll have to play it. But yeah, I bring it. There's some people in the chat. Rosemary, hi, how you doing? I don't know if I said hello to you or not.
Hmm.
Look, my husband's home. I think he brought home packages. I may have to go help him. But I've been on for like almost an hour and a half, so I think I
Yep.
might. I think I may just. I really enjoy talking to you.
Hmm.
I want to. You are you on Instagram?
Yep.
Okay, I think maybe I follow you. I'm gonna go look though. So
Yeah.
this way I want to see it when it's done. You know, that's cool. And you know, I'm trying to do more than one project because I don't like when I finish a project and I have nothing on the hook. You know,
Yeah.
because it kind of like frustrates me. Because then I'll be like, I want to make something, but I don't know what to make. So that's why I'm going to try to maybe start two things at a time. You know,
Hmm.
but I don't like to have. I don't. I do have those squares, but they don't count. I decide I have some. I do have some scraps I have to unravel. They got like knotted up. You know, I'll get that done. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to go because I think he needs help.
Hi.
Good talking to you. Thanks everybody for coming in, and I hope you have a great weekend and stuff. So I'm going to try to do more lives this month. Well, March, I guess. Try to do two a week if possible. Okay, I'm going to go now. You have a great day. Wait, let me see if I missed anybody. Yes, thank you, Crystal, for reminding everybody. Please hit the thumbs up as you go on to your next live and in the YouTube streets. I enjoyed everybody's company and I thank you for coming on Crochet at My House. I can't remember. young lady. You do phenomenal work. So you should definitely check her out. Thanks, Sherry. Have a great day. Bye, Granny. Granny D. Bye.